Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Yeah, this is a pickups video, so I haven't done one of these in a long time. And yeah, it's going to be pickups for a little bit of December, January and February. And the beer that I'm enjoying is... where are we now? It's like Austin Cornish Best. Really nice classic ale. Nice little session beer. So, anyway, without further ado, let's jump on in. So what have I picked up? Well, I've picked up quite a lot of random stuff. It's all retro, so if you don't like retro, you're probably not going to like these. But let's just first of all start with showing something that I got from good old Jace at Retro Games. Yeah, and he did a little thing after, I think it's Christmas time, for the Hardcore 44, and that's us long-time followers. We're the guys that basically watch all of his videos all the way through, and he counted that up on one episode, and it was 44 people that watched it all the way through. So he came up with a name. I think I might have even mentioned it first off. They're Hardcore 44. We were the ones that watch all the way through the content. So at Christmas time, he did these little gifts for the Hardcore 44, and he numbered us. I was ranked number 3. So yeah, really cool. And all those 44 got this mug, and he had the Hardcore 44 put on the back. So really, really cool that. So nice one, Jace. If you are watching this, cheers, mate. Really, really cool gift. And the other thing that came with it is this little hangy tag thing here. Again, got the Hardcore 44 on it. Hope this is all coming out okay. I'm using my new camera, and I'm using a front-facing camera, which makes life easier. Normally I use the back camera. So yeah, you got a little hang thing with it as well. And of course, a little badge, which I've already got one stuck up somewhere around there, but I've got another one. So, Retro Games. So yeah, that was a really nice little thing that Jace did, and he even covered the postage. So yeah, fair play to him. Good little gift for all of his loyal supporters. And I know Jace likes to see me drinking a beer, so yeah, of course it's Sunday, my beer drinking day. So let's see what nonsense have I picked up then. Right, well, let's start with this, which you can see these things behind me, sort of around there. I've got one more of these. I'm always on the lookout for these little Oxo Cube Tap Racks. I've mentioned these before. I don't know if people remember these, but you used to... you used to be able to get these free with packs of Oxo Cubes. I think it was something like, if you got 3 packs of Oxo Cubes and they were all sealed inside. Really weird thing, random thing to give away with Oxo Cubes. But because of that, I had quite a few of these, because when we used to go into we used to have little... It was like a supermarket, but we didn't have all Sainsbury's and that stuff when I was a kid. And we used to go to a place called Norman's, which was like a sort of wholesale... kind of a bit like your sort of Asda and that now, I suppose. But whenever we went there, I used to try and rope Mum into getting the multi-packs of Oxo Cubes. She'd always say, oh, we don't need that many. I said, I'll go on and get them. So I built up, I think I had about 5 of these. But you can see them all lining up there. And I'm going to keep on going, and they're going to come down through as well on the side of the screen. So good thing with these, you see, once you've done your top row, you can just lock the little thing in there and lock them into place. So saves having to make loads of holes in the walls and what have you. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to place all these things here. I always like the way that Sega Zombie and David Plays Games Badly, and I think James over at Retro Import Game, I think they sort of line all their pickups up after they've shown them. I thought, because he's up here, by the way, so that's the pickup here. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's see what we've got. Mixture of systems, bit of music as well. No particular order here. Well, I'll start with, there's only one ZX Spectrum, so that's a rarity. There is actually a Spectrum Next game, which I forgot about, so I'll go and grab that in a sec. But the Spectrum game, I already covered it. I already did a video on this one. Cracking little game just for comedy, really. And there are some really good games on the B-side as well, but that is Sex on a First Date. So there's a little snippet of your gameplay. Very minimal game, but it's just good fun, and I'd have absolutely lapped that up when I was a kid. It's got this really nice coloured tape as well. That's printed on there, that's not stickers. So it's really nicely done. And it's got some sort of Donkey Kong type games on the other side. There's one where I don't know what the actual game's called, but Kong's climbing the skyscraper, and you've got to shoot all the aeroplanes and everything as they're coming along trying to knock him down. So a really good fun game. So I may have only got one ZX Spectrum, but it was a really good one. So, and then we got a music cassette. This isn't particularly retro, well, it's quite a fairly recent one. St. Etienne Home Counties if I see sealed cassettes of stuff I like, then I'll grab it. This was really cheap. I think I paid £6 or something for that. Still sealed. And it's not a bad album. I prefer Saint Etienne's earlier stuff and also their last album. Can't think what it was called now. People didn't like it very much because it didn't have much singing in it, but I really liked it. It was more like their sort of early B-sides and what have you. But yeah, Home Counties is a decent album. And it's nice because I've got the Ghetto Blaster up there, so when I'm in here, I can get to play the cassettes. So happy with that. Then I've got 4 Atari 800 games, and I got a good deal on these. I bought them there was somebody on, there was a Facebook group, and he was selling loads of Atari 800 games. I could have gone crazy and got several of them, but I don't want to go nuts on it, collecting for Atari. It's not a nostalgic system for me, so it's just something I like to get certain games on. But there is one game in this group which I really, really wanted, so that I'll show you that in a sec. That beer's going down really nice today. I had a beer last night, it just didn't go down very well, so I left it there. Anyway, so the first one I'll just show you here, which is pole position. I'm going to try and put little screenshots in. I'm never going to be a professional YouTuber, but I'm going to try and make things a little bit more interesting on my videos. So I'll try afterwards to edit in maybe around there a little screenshot of each of these games that I show, just to sort of show what they're about. Everyone knows pole position, but the Atari 800 one was really good. I think this is a XX cartridge, but these 8-bit ones, they all work on even the original Atari 800. So yeah, that plays really well, that version. I've got it on the TI-99, but that's one of the worst Atari soft games on the TI-99. It was a really crap conversion, that one, whereas most of them were pretty good. And then I got this one, which is, for those that don't know it, again, I'll put a little screenshot around here, but it's Jumpman Jr by Epix. There we go. That's a really cool game. This is a little, I don't know if there's any relation to it, but it's a little bit like Miner 2049, which I've seen a couple of people mention recently. That was always a really good game. This is better than Miner 2049. I would say it's harder. You've got to sort of plan your routes a bit more carefully because parts of the platforms and that disappear. But yeah, really cool game. And again, really good version of it. I've played it on other systems, but I think this is probably the best one that I've played. So yeah, happy to have that. These games, I bought them as a bundle of 4, and they worked out at £12 each, including postage. That was the price overall, so they did quite well on those. I think that's a good price, especially for 1 or 2 of these. This was probably one of the better buys. Not a brilliant game. Aussie's Orchard. I don't think many people know it. Cool cartridge though. I like the green colour. So yeah, almost looks like it'd be a homebrew one. But they had a couple of these coloured ones. There was another yellow one. Can't think what that was called. It kept on tempting me. Looked like a slightly better game in this, but it was quite a bit more expensive. I think he was asking 25 quid for that one, and yeah, I just couldn't spend 25 quid on a Atari cart. But yeah, again, I'll put hopefully around there somewhere. I'll put a screenshot of the game. But it's kind of a little bit like, what's that one I did a little bit of gameplay on the Atari 800 before. Like little sort of shooter where you go around in a grid. It's a little bit like that, but not as good. But anyway, again, I'll put a screenshot up there. Right, this is the one which I was really thrilled to get because I've missed this a couple of times on eBay and I really wanted this. And that is RiverRaade. Everyone knows this game, I think. And I think probably the Atari 800 or the 8-bit one was probably the best version. I had it on a ZX Spectrum back in the day. That was the only one I've played, basically. I never played the 2600 one, which I think was supposed to be good. But this one's really, really good. I've been playing this quite a bit. Fantastic. So thrilled to bits to get that, and with it working out about 12 quid, I think that's about as good as you're going to find that. I think it usually sells for £20 plus. So yeah, fantastic. Really one of my better pickups, probably. Right, next we'll move on to a bit of TI-99. Very hard to come by these TI-99 games now, so I'm always happy if I can find a couple. I have got another one on its way, but I was hoping it would arrive in time, but it's just arrived in the UK, so that'll be in not next month, probably a month after I do these bi-monthly, these pickups. So that'll be in that one. But these 2 games, one of which I've already got, but I don't have the cassette with it, and you need the cassette to play it. It goes like a companion to load the missions. And it didn't come with a box, but I've just changed one of my other games over to because I like the looks of that one. So it came with the booklet and the cartridge, and yeah, that is a TI-99 exclusive called Tunnels of Doom, which is like a dungeon crawler. It's really early RPG. This probably one of the earliest actually. So groundbreaking game for its time. I never played this, never had this. I probably would have loved it because it was really the type of game I got into. Again, up there somewhere, I'll try and put a little screenshot. But yeah, I had the cartridge. I've tried playing it a few times, which it came with my TI-99 when I bought it. But you need the cassette to load the missions. So yeah, I got the cartridge and cassette, and because I thought it looked cool, I took one of my other lesser TI-99 games out of the box and popped it in there. So yeah, how cool is that? Really cool. Yeah, I've got those sort of tunnels. It's got like 3D tunnels that you walk through, and then when you enter the rooms, you get this sort of top-down, turn-based battle systems. Really looks really good. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Then the other one I got, which I was really pleased to get because I've been after this for ages, is Popeye, and that's the Parker Brothers one. I'd have loved to have got this box, but finding boxed carts is really tough. They're quite quirky, these cartridges, aren't they, these Parker Brothers? So yeah, I've been playing that. It's really good. Again, this isn't one, I think I had most of the Atari Soft games back in the day. I had sort of Frogger and Cuba and I can't remember what other ones there were. But Popeye I never owned. But yeah, it's really good. I knew it was a good version of it. It's one I intended to buy a couple of times, but I never got round to it. So yeah, I've been looking for this. So very happy to find that one. I think, did I buy that one in the US? I can't remember. But yeah, very happy. They were both quite cheap. For today's standards, I think Popeye I paid about 20 quid for. And Tunnels of Doom, I think I paid 17 or something for that. So yeah, nothing amazing, but good deals. About as good as you're going to find these days. And then this one, I actually bought. This first one I'm going to show you now. I'm onto BBC stuff now. And the first one is one I picked up last year. And it's a game I used to love watching people play at school. And I did try playing it myself, but I could never get to grips with what the hell was going on. It was just beyond me, to be honest. So I used to enjoy watching other people play it. So I've never really got into it, and it is widely regarded as the best game on the BBC. Came on other platforms as well later on, but that is Elite. And the reason I got this, one, because it's just such a classic BBC game, and two, because obviously having the instruction manual, which I never had back in the day, because all the games we played back then, they were all copied discs that people had brought in. So I thought, now I can read through the training manual there, maybe I'll be able to figure it out and enjoy it a bit. Whether I ever will, I'm quite lazy, so sometimes if I need to learn a game, I don't get around to it. But yeah, nice to have. That was really cheap. I think I paid either 7 or 9 quid or something for that. So that was a good purchase. But I just hope I do get around to playing it. I want to learn to play it, definitely. Then the next two, I'm saving the best ones for last of the BBC stuff. I got two from the same seller, and that is Codename Droid, which is the sequel to, what's it called? Strikers Run. That's right. A lot better than Strikers Run. A lot more interesting. And yeah, very pleased to get that. And the discs are in really nice condition too, both of these. So yeah, you can see a little bit of a thumb mark up the top there. A lot of them are absolutely grubby up here. But yeah, that's pretty good. And everything's in there. Instructions and everything. So that's quite cool. That one, I think I paid... I got these on Facebook as well. That was 15 quid, that one. But the next one was my best buy. I'm absolutely thrilled because I've been after this one. Now this game, probably not many people have seen it on a Beeb. I never played it back in the day. Didn't know this was on the BBC. And when I discovered it was, I started looking for it. And you know, I can get almost all my games to work on the GoTech on the BBC, but this one never runs. And it's one I've really been wanting to play. And I saw this person selling it. I'd noticed Retro Games have got it, so if you're after a copy, he does have it, but it is expensive. I think he's got it on there for 50 quid, which is fair because it definitely is a rare disc. This is the only time I've seen it for sale outside of Retro Games. But for me, 50 quid for a BBC game, which I don't have nostalgia for, I thought I just can't pay that sort of money. So it's fairly priced, I think, where he's got it, but like I said, for me, it wasn't. I couldn't spend 50 quid on it. But anyway, this popped up again on this Facebook group, and he was asking £13 for it. So that was amazing. I chuffed to bits. And that game is Idian. And I'll put a little screenshot up around here somewhere. But I was really hoping. I thought maybe if I've got the disc, maybe that'll actually work. Because I can't tell you how long I've tried faffing around downloading different versions of this, and none of them ever run on my BBC Master. But yeah, sure enough, this plays perfect. And I don't think a disc's in there to show you because it'll be in my disk drive. But it's in really nice condition, the disc. No marks on it at all. and it runs a treat. I'm going to do a video of it because I've been playing this quite a bit, so I will do a video, probably be the next gameplay video I do, I expect, and it'll probably surprise a few people if they haven't seen it before, because it runs really, really well on the Beeb. Obviously it's not going to beat the C64 version, which, even as a specky lover, you know, I've got to admit the C64 version was incredible. You know, that was by far the best version, but the BBC version, I'd say, probably is the second best. It really does run well. So that's it for games. What else did I pick up? Well, there was that Godzilla up there, which I've already done a little video unboxing of. The 1974 X Plus. I'll just get it down. Well, yeah, well. Sorry, Foxy. Just in case anybody hasn't seen it, but I did a short of it, and I also did an unboxing video. But yeah, really cool, 30cm size. Ordered that from Japan, and absolutely chuffed with it. Thrilled to bits. So nice, and it's the perfect representation of the 1974 Godzilla, which was one of my favourites of all time. I absolutely loved that suit because he had different suits over the years, and yeah, really nice. Not articulated, but I don't want the articulation because you get all joins then. But there's another one I'll show you with articulation in a second. So yeah, he lives up there, which is really cool. I've picked up some new followers from the Godzilla short. If they're watching this, they may not be watching this sort of video, but I do have more Godzilla coming up. I've got the Shin Godzilla from X Plus, but I've got a long wait. I have actually got it, but I've got a long wait to open it because that's a 50th birthday present, and that's not until the end of May. So yeah, it's quite tough waiting to receive it. And I've also ordered another one as well, but that'll be probably around the same sort of time as a pre-order. And on the subject of Godzilla, these types of things I'm not going to be collecting much of. I only want really the X Plus, the big ones, the big sort of non-articulated. But I saw this little chap on one of the Facebook groups I'm in, and they were asking £5 for it, so I thought, oh, why not? And it's a Bandai one, Toho 2009, so it's not a vintage one. They were advertising them as vintage toys, but it's quite good. It's the 1954 Godzilla, so they got it quite good, I would say. But yeah, £5 you can't go wrong, and I've got him up the top there somewhere, so but you can see it's a bit cheap, where it sort of joins on there. You know, it's got articulation, but it only really looks good in certain angles. But yeah, where I've got him, he looks quite cool. So £5 for a 54 Goji, you can't go wrong, can you? But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to collect these smaller ones. Although I have been tempted with the what do you call them, 5.6 XL. Still tempted by the 74 set, which has got Mecha Godzilla and what's the other guy called? Oh, god damn it. Oh, sorry, I've got terrible memory. People that watch my stuff there know I've got terrible memory. So anyway, that's that. Slightly game related, I picked this up the other day off eBay, which I'm really quite happy with. This was £9 posted, but it's a W.H. Smith's advertising thing, and it's not ripped out of a magazine. I never like that when they tear pages out of magazines and sell them. But it's a micro power. This is a little brochure for the Electron, the BBC Micro, and the Commodore 64, I think. But yeah, it's a fold out, so it's W.H. Smith's micro power. I can't see how well that's showing, but yeah, just advertising all different games. I love this type of thing. So this will be going in a frame and on the wall, along with my other sort of superior software stuff. So yeah, that's the back. Cracking little games in there. So yeah, I'm very pleased to get that. You don't get a chance of these things very often. Like I say, usually when you see this sort of stuff, it's either reproductions or it's torn out of magazines. So yeah, that's very cool. And then what else? I think that's about it. I picked up a vinyl from Lush. I've mentioned Lush before. This was always my favourite Lush album. Absolutely fantastic album for those that don't know it. And yeah, spooky. And came on a nice clear vinyl, which is always quite cool. I do like nice clear vinyl. So yeah, that's that one, and I think that's about it for my pickups. But yeah, regarding the channel, settled in nicely now. I'm quite happy doing my sort of one video a week gameplay, and I think if I put in any other odds and ends, I'll probably put those sort of in the middle of the week. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to improve things a little bit, just little tiny bits. So I want to try and put the little screenshot things in, and so I've discovered an app where I can do that quite easy. I don't want to hassle around with these things on YouTube. And also on my thumbnails, I don't know if you've noticed, I try and colour code now between like the BBC Micro and TI-99 and stuff. So if you're looking down through, at some point I'll sort out separate playlists. But in the meantime, you can kind of see what the system's for at a quick glance. So yeah, that's about it for me. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday or finishing off their weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you another time. That is all.